TypeScript is an incredible programming language for building type-safe applications. However, by using it in your project, you're opting into thousands of lines of declaration code. However, TypeScript is still not perfect by any means, as it sometimes uses any in some cases, such as the fetch API, local storage, and the JSON APIs as well. Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monster Joe, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I make tech and programming content. So if this is all interesting to you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can get new content as soon as it gets uploaded to YouTube. Now, there is no programming language that is perfect or error prone, especially TypeScript. That's why I'll be talking about an NPM package that claims to have fixed some of these issues, and it's made by the TypeScript wizard on YouTube called Matt Pocock, as he refers to himself. Again, I'm not sponsored by this guy. He's just awesome. That's all. If you look closely over here, the JSON is parsed as any, and what we're essentially trying to do is this library replaces it with an unknown type, which is far more recommended and much safer than this right here. Now that being said, the documentation is pretty extensive, so let's jump right into VS Code and take a look at some examples. Now you can either import the tsreset package by importing globally inside reset.d.tsu. Create this file in the root folder of your project, or use it locally in a single file such as index.ts. Now starting with the JSON API, as I mentioned earlier, if we parse a string that has an object, it returns to us an any type, which is not a good thing. However, if we go back here, enable this. By typing this variable as unknown, we're forcing ourselves to validate this object, and it gives us lots of bugs in our code which are sort of forced to fix ourselves. And you could use a library like Zod or any other schema validation library. Now the exact same behavior can be seen in the fetch API. So we're fetching a bunch of users and we're returning the res as a JSON, and then we're console logging the JSON file. So whatever response you receive from the given endpoint, it will also be of type unknown if you have this library imported. The thing about most TypeScript config files is that they have strict mode enabled. With arrays though, it's a different story. If you take a look at this example right here, we have an array of numbers and a single undefined value in this array. I'll disable this again. You can see the type is either an array of numbers or undefined values. Again, this library tsreset fixes it by making only an array of undefined, essentially. If we could we hover right here, just type is number array. This way you don't have to typecast the predicate function inside the filter function. Now there's no difference before and after the library, because when you print the result of the filtering, it's pretty much the same either way. So if I disable this again, and I'll comment this because it's throwing us an error, and I try to run it, all I need to do is console log the variable, run it again. If we scroll back up, you see we get 1 and 2 but not undefined because we filtered all the falsy values in TypeScript. Enable it again and comment out this fetch block. Go to the terminal and we can type in npm start. We still get 1, 2 as well. And if you're wondering why this npm start works, if you look right here, I put in a custom command in the package JSON file, which basically uses ts node under those. So ts node index.ts, basically if you type in npm start, it will run this file. Now last but not least, we have another array. This time we typed it as const, so that it's static and accepts only one of the following values declared in this array. Without this library, again, it'll throw us an error before we compile it. It's a syntax error saying that this is not a valid type, essentially. Now if we enable it, it will run. So if we go ahead and type in npm start again, it's going to run just fine. But if you try to print the name.includes method in a console log statement, and we run this again, we get a result of false. So we have no errors whatsoever. It runs perfectly fine. Now it's important to note that this library is meant to be used in a production ready application, so not npm libraries or whatever library you're building as you recommend in the documentation. So if you scroll down here, right here, caveats, TS reset is designed to be used in application code, not library. Because you don't want to force the developer who's using this library to comply with your rules, and it just adds some sort of confusion. So like I said earlier, you can import this globally in reset.d.ts. But you can also choose to import specific rules by going to here and go to the dist folder. And in this dist folder, you can choose whatever you want. So for example, if I want to fetch, these unknown rules will only apply to the fetch API. So this is the only thing that's going to be typed as unknown, this JSON. To be fair, not a lot of TypeScript developers care that much about those features. However, the small fraction of people who do like developers or senior developers, this can be a game changer. I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to see for myself and give my opinion about it on YouTube. This was kind of short, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.